Okay, so we're gonna make our own salad dressing, as I always do. This salad dressing is super easy. 3 ingredients. Remember, all of the ingredients you can find on the website after the show. I mean, all the recipes on blytheraw.com in the kitchen segment. So we use a cold pressed sesame oil. Remember, we always want every oil that we use to be cold pressed organic sesame oil. The recipe cards will come up in a moment, but the full recipes are on the website. And then we want to use a little nama shoyu, which is an organic fermented soy sauce. So it is raw. If you're totally gluten-free, you'll want to use tamari, as soy sauce does have a little bit of gluten in it. And then we use some ginger. Cut up a little ginger. I leave the skin on my ginger always. No need to peel it.
Have you ever tried planting that with any extra tubers you had laying around in the kitchen?
Tell us how. How do you plant ginger?
You just, in a nice sunny spot, you put it under a couple inches of soil, very shallow, and the thing sprouts and
just
spreads.
This?
Yes.
You literally just plant part of the root, and then what happens?
It grows into a ginger plant.
It goes into more root. Why have I never done that before?
I don't know.
Why have I never done that before?
Well, now you know.
That is a holiday gift right there. So can you plant it inside for those of
You
those
can grow
of us
it in
that
a
live
pot.
over in the cold
Absolutely.
seasons? That's fantastic. Really good news. So we just blend those 3 things together to make the dressing. So we'll blend that up really quick. Then, so we have butter lettuce. We put a little bit too much. Any of these you can use arugula, watercress. I like to use, this is red butter lettuce. You can use red leaf lettuce, something a little bit more colorful for the holidays.
Baby spinach, baby chard, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Beet greens.
Beet greens.
My favorite.
Beet greens would be very, very good. Maybe not as the whole salad. It might be a
the
little
little
bitter,
touch.
but yeah. So we're gonna pour some, these are cooked beets. It doesn't have to be all raw. Remember, this show isn't trying to teach you how to be a raw foodist. It's just trying to let you get more live foods in your repertoire. Now, you know, the holiday seasons are truly wrought with the stigma of weight gain. So this holiday season, let's make the biggest portions on our plate the colorful fresh stuff. I will be, excuse those, putting, these are germinated, dehydrated pine nuts. So if you don't have a dehydrator, no worries. You can just germinate the pine nuts and put them on the salad. Germination means that we soak the organic raw nut in water to release the enzyme inhibitors. It's making it a living nut. So whereas before you soak it, it's a dormant nut. It doesn't have its nutrients that like make it sprout up into, you know, get through the soil to get to the sun. So when you germinate it, it does activate those nutrients getting ready to sprout into a plant. So that's why I like to germinate my nuts. It gives them more nutrients. So whether you have a dehydrator, those pine nuts I tossed with a little sesame oil and chili powder and a little sea salt. You don't have to do that. You can make them just plain. And then we toss this up together. Toss up the salad. Now, generally everything that I make is dairy-free. However, I do have a little organic raw goat cheese, which is a lovely thing to add to this, if you do eat a little dairy, to make it more of a meal. I didn't cut up this butter lettuce quite right. So goat cheese is better than cow cheese for a few reasons. It doesn't have the casein that the cow cheese has. So, and it's usually because it's not like the major dairy in the marketplace, it tends to not be as dubious, to say the least. So we'll put a little bit on there. Do you like goat cheese, by the way? Oh, yeah? I get that was a yes.
I'm going to die and go to heaven and there's
I good.
We'll be
giving you. We're going to make you a little plate and see how you like it. So this is like putting nutrients in your bank account. I like to think of like the nutrients I eat as like I'm adding to my bank account. That's really what we're trying to do when we eat food. It's lovely that food can be colorful and that food is delicious, obviously, but we really want to be eating foods that really add to that nutrient bank account for us. And serving this, now parts of the butter lettuce can be redder for the holidays. I'd go with a redder leaf.
They're more nutritious.
Yeah, the darker the color, right? Is more
Absolutely.
nutritious. Let us know what you think of that.
This is like only my favorite combination in a salad in the whole world. Nuts,
What is
beets, and goat cheese.
Yes. And beets are so high in vitamins and minerals, calcium, phosphorus. I mean, they really do help.
And don't throw out those beet greens. They taste like beets. They're so good.
Put them in your smoothie, right? Beet greens are great in a smoothie. They're great sauteed. Sometimes in the morning I have beets for breakfast. I'll just be like, oh, I just get up in the morning and boil a beet and boil the beet greens with it. Usually put the beet greens like in the last 5 minutes. So you don't like overboil them because they don't need to boil as long as the beets. Is that good?